What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another reaction, because you know it's a reaction channel. It's what we do. All right, Michael D and his lovely wife Bella have sent me a request, and this is interesting. I'm showing my back office down here, the YouTube back office. People got real mad when I did Love Bites, and I said that for years we've been getting bots spamming their videos. And I know that it's probably people and fans, but it feels like bots. And someone said the other day, you know, I forget what the conversation was, but I'm like, listen, if you're not engaging in the channel, you're just here to kind of promote a band. It's, to me, what's the difference between that and bots? And this is kind of what that looks like. And I'm not trying to shame anyone. If anything, buddy, for you requesting this is good news because Michael requested it for you. But we don't do requests this way. I and my wife, we do them on Patreon. Now, we no longer take requests from my wife because we have a huge backlog, but for this channel here, we do them through Patreon because that's the only way we survive. We have jobs and we have bills to pay, and unfortunately, we don't have time to do this if we're not engaged by the community. You know, if you guys don't really care, then I don't know what I'd be doing it for, you know, because I'm doing this to entertain. The ideal job is one that you love to do. But the key there is job, in that whatever you're doing, unless you're independently wealthy, everything you do has to be for some sort of gain, because otherwise you won't be able to pay your bills. I have to work same as everybody else. I have to pay bills same as everybody else. And I'm lucky enough, and my wife is lucky enough, to have people who love what we do enough to go and support us on Patreon and make requests. And that's how you would do it, you know? And that's what Michael D did. And they've been longtime supporters of our channel, and we appreciate the hell out of them, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do this. That's what I was talking about as far as the whole bot thing. It's a cut and paste. It's not really telling me what you thought of the reaction. It's not telling me what you thought of the band that you were actually listening to. You probably didn't even listen to the actual band or reaction that was actually attached to that video. And to me, that doesn't do anything for me, because again, this isn't about ego, but it is about community. It is about, you know, we're discussing music here, we're sharing music, and we're loving music, and we're promoting bands that maybe some people don't know about, and we're celebrating others that everybody knows about. This is what this kind of entertainment is for, you know, to bring people together, to make us feel like in this big world we're close to each other, you know, and we have relationships. Even, you know, most of these people I've never seen, but I feel close to. Michael D, Bella, I feel close to them, you know? So that's just the way it is. So something like this just unfortunately feels very cold to me, very robotic, which is why I call them bots, you know? But honestly, even though this feels robotic to me, I am feeling some sense of joy that I'm hoping that you'll see this and you'll enjoy this, because this is what you've been asking for in every single reaction video, and now I'm going to at least be able to provide that for you. But my friend, if you want to join the community, then we welcome you on Patreon, and by all means, make all the requests you want there, but that's how we do it, you know? So the fact, Michael, you are bringing this to me is very interesting. So I guess we pronounce that voice of Baceprot, often abbreviated as VOB. So they're an Indonesian all-female rock trio. Now, I don't think you wanted me to dig too much into this. I think you wanted me to watch the video first and then kind of explore it. But I already, you know, with all these other comments and requests, like with Love Bites and everything, I get curious as to what everyone is spamming. So, but let's give them a proper listen. But this is very, I love this new world. You know, whether or not I like this music, whether or not I like the band or the song, I love what's happening here. I love the girl power, but I also love Indonesia, you know what I mean? Japan, like, let's go. There's one thing I want to make a correction on real quick, because I'm assuming there's going to be some overlap here between this and Love Bites, even though obviously these are different places and probably different kinds of music. The fandom still tends to be a bit similar. I did say in the Love Bites reaction that I don't like culture. And what I meant by that was I don't like the bad parts of culture. Of course I love culture. Culture is beautiful. Culture is what makes us unique. Our style, the kind of instruments that we're playing. I love to see foreign bands playing within their culture. What I was meaning by not liking culture was culture can sometimes become like religion, in the sense that the doctrine that they pass on from generation to generation is set in stone, and sometimes it's so archaic and so dumb that it hurts people. That's the parts that I don't like, the art and the culture coming together. Not so much like belief systems and things like that, because I'm not big on belief systems. Anyway, very curious about this. While I'll discover the band after the song, I do want to at least have the lyrics up here, so here we go. The floor is yours. Oh shit. Let's go.
Have become toxic. Why today idealizations are abusing our mind? I feel like I'm falling down in the deep hole of hatred. I'm not the criminal, I'm not the enemy. I just wanna sing a song to show my soul. I'm not the corrupter, I'm not the enemy. I just wanna sing a song to show my God, allow me please to play music. God, allow me please to play music. God, allow me please to play music. God, allow me please to play music.
Wow. You wonder when you're about to experience something like this, what to expect. You hear rock, so it could be literally anything when you say something is rock. It definitely had like a throwback vibe. This is in the style of kind of like rock, but also maybe almost like alternative music as well. Even when they had a little reggae portion in there, I was surprised by the lyrics, I'm not gonna lie. In the mix, her vocals felt a little produced, like up front. I hear that a lot in these kinds of rock songs. That might just be the style, which is fine. They sounded great. The bassist doing her thing there blew me away. Love that. The drums sounded so big. in the mix. You know, there was these moments where they just really mixed it well. So they did that really, really good. I just would like everything to be kind of maybe a level. Her voice maybe sounded a little too loud over the music. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But she sounded good. You know, she had like this kind of old school, kind of almost skater, you know what I mean? Alternative vocal sound to her voice. You know, the kind of I don't give a shit kind of sound. Visually, it's very interesting because when I'm looking at the song and it's like, God, allow me please to play music. I'm not a criminal. I'm not the enemy. I just want to sing a song to show my soul. I'm not the corrupter. I'm not the enemy. I just want to sing a song. That just sound, this is just screaming of the sexist bullshit in religion, particularly Muslim religion. Certain parts, I should say. God, it just makes me so sad because it's like you want to be a part of your faith. Clearly, they want to be a part of their faith, and they would just like it if you didn't look at them as something sub of what you are, or act like there's a role that you play, a gender role that you need to align to, and anything that deviates from that role. This is what I was talking about, same as culture. Anything that deviates from that role. You know, like culturally women are supposed to be this or that, as opposed to badass rock musicians who just want to play a fucking song. God allow me to please play music, right? All she wants to do is play and sing and be a badass. That's absolutely awesome. Why today many perceptions have become toxic? Why today idolizations are abusing our mind? I like how she doesn't come out and exactly say what she's saying, but she's saying it very clearly. I feel like I'm falling down in the deep hole of hatred. Good songwriting, by the way. And I'm not the criminal, I'm not the enemy. The idea that a woman could be locked up. Fuck, what was the cause of that riot the other day? Because a lady was not wearing her hijab and she was arrested and she died in prison? Do we remember that? This is the kind of shit we're talking about here. This was just for taking off the fucking scarf. Imagine what perception these ladies of the night, how dare they play for lusting men? You just know how these psychos think. Like a woman can't just be free. Think about like incel red pill bullshit that's going on. You think that's new? No, men have been trying to control women forever. Why? Because they're amazing. So let's get to know them a little bit.
Judulnya God Allow Me Please to Play Music. Panjang banget. Terus itu isinya kayak singkatnya aku minta izin ke Tuhan buat main musik karena manusia banyak yang bilang musik itu haram. Jadi aku langsung aja minta izinnya ke Tuhan.
Haram. I kind of know what that means, but I want to just make sure. Forbidden. Yeah, okay. Forbidden. Music's forbidden. Who is the genius who put that together?
Intoleransi itu menurut aku ya mereka yang susah nerima perbedaan. Maksudnya emang gak bosan gitu. Hidup masa harus sama semua.
Indeed.
Secara pandangan harus sama semua gitu. Jadi gak menarik gitu.
She's adorable. Oh my god.
Kayak misal ya itu gak boleh main musik. Gak boleh main musik. Terus pakai hijabnya kok gitu. Kayak jangan-jangan ini hijab yang cuma buat ini.
It's funny because I know gimmicks when I see one. You know, the moment you look at them, you could already tell they're legit and for real. There's nothing gimmicky about this. As a matter of fact, it now strikes me very hard that they're actually anti-gimmick because there was no frills. Like they were just literally just playing as themselves. You know, it wasn't like masks and production or whatever. It was literally three lovely ladies just playing their hearts out, and there was nothing going on there. And you know, while I do appreciate a good gimmick, I also do like the honesty here, and I feel like that honesty is intentional because they certainly don't want to be looked at as a gimmick. They want to be taken seriously.
Pakai hijab, main musik apa? Nah kita tuh kayak muak gitu. Kenapa sih kita main musik doang tuh dibikin ribet sama orang? Padahal yang main musik kita ya teman. Terus kita tuh kayak, Abah, kok orang-orang tuh banyak yang ngehujat kita sih, banyak yang ngeritik sama apa yang kita lakuin, padahal nggak ngerugiin mereka. Terus kata si Abah, kalau kamu punya Tuhan, kamu.
So that's interesting because, I mean, you could like or dislike the music, but it certainly doesn't harm anybody. So I don't know why anyone would be, but there's always going to be those fucking assholes in the comments, right? Like I can't imagine like not liking something and letting the artist or somebody know. Like, why would I go out of my way to do that? You know how hard it is? Like, you can say that maybe I did that on the Cradle of Filth that I just heard. I'm a little annoyed because I'm enjoying this a little bit more than I remember I did. But honestly, I feel like Danny's family. You know what I mean? Like, I've loved that guy and I've loved Cradle of Filth for more than half of my life. And I feel like I can be honest. Like, I'm not criticizing, I'm just being honest. Like, it's like coming from like a loving place. Like I'm not trying to be critical or trying to hurt anyone's feelings. Like Danny, if your video, like whoever's directing your videos is doing a shit job, get somebody better. You know what I mean? Like it's just like brutal honesty because you love the person. It's like that, right? But it's not like meaning harm, like get the fuck out of here, go back to wherever you guys came from with your hijabs and shit. Like I hope that's not going on, because what the hell? Like who is that serving? Now, I would like to have a discussion with them on God, because that would solve so many of their problems. But you know what? That's also the source of their anger and the source of their power. So they're using it to create their music. So they're making it work.
Di kampung. Aduh, kapan sih Bu? Lupa. Awalnya tuh awal lirik dulu, terus diiringi sama Marsa pakai gitar bolong dan dia nyanyi. Nah waktu itu udah deh, kita mulai aransemen di studio, dihajar bertiga, nyari-nyari. Aku ngerasa hancur dan aku pernah nyampe ke titik benci sama Om Stephen sih. Jadi pas masuk rekaman kedua ini, di single kedua, pas drumnya banyak diubah, aku tuh kayak sampai nangis kan, aku sampai titik nangis tuh lebay banget kan. Pas makin kesini, Om Stephen ngejelasin bahwa ya main musik tuh harus belajar gini. Jadi kamu tuh biar
Yeah, so whatever criticism he gave you on those drums, they were good, because those drum parts were badass.
bisa ngisi porsi lagu tuh yang bener gitulah. Itu susah banget maininnya. Yang lain kan aku mainnya posisi tangannya kayak gini biasa gitulah, terus ada yang slap-slapnya. Nah pas di bagian reggae itu posisi mainnya juga aku jadi berubah, harus pakai jempol. Aku kan nggak biasa main jempol kayak gitu, jadi susah. Tapi sebenarnya itu sih yang paling enak. Makin kesini dengerin lagunya ternyata makin enak. Aku suka banget. Aku tuh merasa kemarin pas didengerin, aku tuh dengerin beberapa kali, aku tuh merasa bahwa gila, gue keren banget. Gak apa-apa lah. Yang paling suka tapi paling susah juga itu yang reggae justru. Aku dengerin beberapa kali dan aku tuh sedih banget, apalagi di part yang chorus terakhir yang ada paduan suara, itu favorit aku banget sih. Sedih sih aku mah gak tahu, sedih banget, pengen nangis. Dan makin kesini aku mikir bahwa oh ternyata yang diomongin Om Stephen bener juga nih. Malu juga kemarin aku sempat nangis, sempat marah-marah.
Hey, it's a learning process.
Tersampaikan di lagu itu.
Allow me please to play music. Allow me please
To play music. Pretty chorus too. Ladies, I wish you great success. What kind of news we got going on here? We get messages from girls saying we've, let's see, given them the courage to start a band. Yeah, this is a movement now, isn't it? It's about time. It's pretty overdue, isn't it? I don't know if this even counts as culture or just, I guess, governmental action or whatever, but whatever's causing the recognition of the importance of the arts and the teaching of it in schools to these young kids. Even if you don't become a musician when you grow up, I just think that there's connections in the brain that happen. It just hits different, you know? I think it just makes your brain more complete. Missing the ability to play at an early age just makes it so difficult. Like I struggle trying to play, you know? When I try to do it later in life, the rhythm, the ability, what really impresses me about musicians is the ability to be repetitive. It's very hard, even if I'm just tapping my fingers on a table in a pattern, right? Eventually I fuck up that pattern. Like the ability to be able to replay patterns, simple and complicated, over and over and over again. Like there's a switch there that you turn off, because it's like I become self-aware that I'm doing the pattern, and that's where the pattern gets screwed up, right? Because now I'm trying to do the pattern as opposed to feeling the pattern. There's a benefit there. Like that has to be translatable to other things. And one thing I'm doing now with all my reactions is I'm going to the band's websites, because I really, if we're celebrating these bands, okay, it doesn't look like there's any upcoming tours, but look at their merch. Great stuff. Not public property. Not public property. To me, that's deeper than, for example, not private property, meaning not ownership by a man, but not public property, meaning not ownership by a government or religious movement. Not public, in other words, these girls said they come from a town or a village, right? Villages, like everybody knows each other, right? Everyone is judging each other. So I'm sure that when these girls started doing this, the neighbors were all gossiping and shit, right? To the parents or whatever. Who knows what the hell was going on, right? But when you're dealing with poorly educated or brainwashed people, right? There's always going to be these kind of problems. Because they're being brainwashed by what? Religious doctrine that tells them that they need to act a certain way, be a certain way. There's certain things they can't do. There's things that are haram. There's things that are forbidden. Give me a fucking break. The only things that matter in this world is what cause harm, what don't cause harm. Are we helping people? Are we hurting people? Music is one of the most therapeutic and important things in this world. The fact that we can create this from our hands, from our mouths, from our bodies. The fact that any religion would say that that's forbidden clearly disproves religion. Because again, truth is self-evident. If you like their merch, go check it out on their website. If you like our merch, you can check it out on our website, HalfLifeSistah.com. If you want to make a request of your own, join us on the Patreon. That's where you can send me requests just like Michael D and the lovely Bella did. So thank you guys so much. You know how we feel about you. I will say hi for you to my wife, and I love you guys. I appreciate you. I can't wait to do Bloodywood, so that's coming up next. Love you. Keep it metal. See you on the next one.